Good morning, January 23rd, 2019. I want to talk a little bit about the media today, but before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about reality and illusion. Here in my hands, I hold what I call sleeping dog. I found him on the beach in northern Michigan in the surf, and he looks just like a sleeping dog. I've kept him with me now for well over 20 years. I found him in Frankfort, Michigan when I lived there for a while. And the reality of sleeping dog is it's actually a piece of petrified wood. And on his body, the knots of the tree make up his ear, head, and his back, front leg, and his haunches. It's pretty amazing. When I looked down at the surf, I thought, wow, sleeping dog. Picked him up. Truth is, though, sleeping dog is a piece of petrified wood, hundreds, probably thousands of years old, that have been drifting around as a tree in Lake Michigan from the logging days that eventually eroded into sleeping dog, just south of Sleeping Bear Dunes. Fitting, isn't it? Sleeping dog found south of Sleeping Bear Dunes, Michigan. A place to be year-round, but in the summer it's rock and roll. Nonetheless, I want to talk about the media, and what's going on with respect to the Covington Catholic School in Kentucky, and the video that came out, the initial video with the students with Make America Great Again hats, supposedly harassing a Native American drummer who was a veteran of Vietnam as well, or they said alleged in the media. I thought that's kind of harsh if he's really a veteran. Nonetheless, we know about protests. The Native American has a right to be there. The Covington school children, this is a high school, Covington Catholic School, they have a right to be there. And the statement was that these students who were Trump supporters harassed the Native American and made it impossible for him to protest at the, I believe it was the county or the courthouse or federal court, whatever, across the road. It might have been federal court. And I guess the students went over there, and this was taken by the media and turned into something it's not. And what we have now, as you all know, the president, he said it's fake news in the beginning when he mentions Crooked Hillary. It makes sense. But it's more than that. It's a escape from the journalistic concepts that are supposed to drive the fourth estate. That would be journalism. The media is supposed to be the fourth estate. We have three estates: executive branch, judicial branch, and legislative branch. And those are the three estates. Then we have the fourth estate, that's media. We're supposed to be the ones, as a journalist all those years, hard news at that, I can tell you. The journalists are here for the people, supposedly. We're supposed to give you the news objectively, not subjectively. We're supposed to give you all the facts and allow you to decide. And if we have an opinion, we put it on that page or in a commentary. You know, it's reality. The news is not supposed to be reported subjectively by people to make you think what they want you to think. That's against the whole philosophy of virtue in the media, which there is none. It's a propaganda machine. Dr. Joseph Goebbels, the only PhD in Hitler's group, even knew better. You know? And as a fool he was. Nonetheless, we got fools in there now too. You're not allowed to yell fire in a crowded theater. You're not allowed to incite the riot. You're not allowed to induce panic. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right to peaceably assemble, right to regress our grievances against the United States publicly. That's a big part of the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, sort of backs up the First Amendment, especially here in Ohio, where we haven't totally lost reality. Which brings me back to the media. Their reality is made up. It's illusions in Plato's cave, in the allegory of the cave from Plato, the illusions. The media wants to put a veil of Maya, as the Buddhist tells, over your eyes so you cannot see. Maya is an illusion. The media is illusory greatly, 90% or more, fluctuating, until someone new steps up who has the money that really cares to report news objectively so the citizens can decide. It will continue. You would think a person like Trump with all the money, of course he can't do it as president, but his companies could, start a media outlet that tells the truth or at least leaves it open for the citizens to figure it out. Peace to citizens all the way, you know. What's happening? It's our government. We're taxed, we're overtaxed. Well, there's protests going on. Well, okay, protest is healthy. Well, the media is making stories up. So it's not even, it's theater at this point. It's not even close to reality. I know you all know this. All of you who listen to me know it. You're smart enough to know the media. Everyone I know knows it. I've been in class this week, last week. These are the first questions about this scenario with the Native American and these kids, with the children, if you will, in some cases, with the Make America Great Again hats. So we're going to take children and a valid Native American and mix them together and come up with an answer that's supposed to be cerebral for you and me? They need to come to my classroom. We'll have media class. We're also going to have media jail, and I'm going to lock your asses in there just as soon as I catch up with you. The reality is, you got to think critically, you got to think beyond. It's about reflection. When you're going to make up the news, that's beyond pale. It's also laughable. We know your names. Take care, y'all. Have a good day. Peace out.